Are we live?
Yep.
Hello everyone. Right, I'm going to be doing some smile lines today. So I thought I'd do one on a form and one on that's being infilled really, but you could use it as a tip as well. So if you use tips, stick your tip on first. Is there anybody there yet?
Nope.
Just wait a minute.
Jessica's here.
Okay. Hello Jessica. No one else yet? Just give them a minute or two. So if you've got any questions tonight, just ask and I'll answer it if I can.
Jessica says thanks so much for doing this.
That's alright. Not very good at these, but you know, I'll give it a go. You want to go any more?
4.
Should I start now or should I wait for a couple more people? What do you want me to do?
I'd say start.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to start. Okay, so smile lines. So I'll do the one on the tip first. Obviously, I've got a clear acrylic down from my last set. But obviously, you know, if you use tips, stick your tip on first. Do your usual prep. Okay, let me run through what I'm using. I'm using Bright White, Negligee and Cherry Blossom and the clear from CJP. And I've got a blue one here from Brillbird. Okay. Move them out of the way for a minute. Okay, so obviously just use whichever cover pink you're using. Okay, pick a bead up like normal. Bleed it out a little bit. You need this one to be just a little drier. Turn your brush around backwards and put it on the nail. So then you just push it into the nail. Make sure it's blended right in. And then you can then start to shape your smile line. A bit, relax your finger. Okay, patting the whole time.
What size brush are you using?
I've got an Aqualux from Brillbird at the moment. So I would say that's more of a 12 brush. You can use smaller, whatever you find easiest to use. So okay, so I'm just sweeping around it to create a nice smile line. Obviously, I'll show you afterwards, we can file that too, just to crisp it up. Okay, so but what you're trying to do, I'm going to turn the finger sideways, can you see, is create a wall here. That's where you will go up to with your, can you see it?
Yeah.
With your whatever colour tip you're doing. I'll show you that afterwards, but you need to create that wall. Okay, and then you get a smaller bead. Place it in the middle. And again, do what you would normally do. Blend it in, pat it down and pull it across. Okay, you'll notice I haven't gone quite up to the cuticle. So for my cuticle bead, I use Negligee from CJP, or it's like a clear pink. Using something like that, it means you can see the half moon on the nails, and it just helps when they're growing out. It's not quite as noticeable and just gives a more natural finished look at the end. Okay, so it's not quite straight, but I'll just give that a quick file once it's dried. But I'm going to move on to the form. Okay, so for anyone that's sculpting, right, you can do the smile line straight away, straight onto the form if you wish, or if you're unsure about doing that, you can create your own tip. So get your clear, bleed the bead out and place it on the nail and the form, and then I just walk it down, creating my tip. You just create whichever shape okay, remembering to pat the whole time. Okay, so there you go, I've created my tip, and then we just do the same again for the smile line. So I've bled my bead out like last time, and I'm blending it in again. And then we pat it, and then you start shaping it to what type of smile line you want. Obviously you can do deep smile lines, not such deep ones, whichever look you're going for really. But you have to remember that your wings have to be equal either side. You see, and again I've created that wall, because obviously when we file it, that will get thinner and give you a really nice crisp smile line. Anyone got any questions so far? Anyone ever tried this before? No talking. Just going to put a bit more.
What brushes do you use? Mine seem more bendy than yours.
Yeah, I'm using Aqualux from Brillbird. It is quite a firm brush, you know, because obviously you use the belly of your brush quite a bit, and I prefer a firmer brush. And again, that's down to preference. I have got some other brushes that aren't quite as firm, which I use from time to time. Okay, so we'll leave that one for a minute. And go back to this one. Okay, I'm just going to give it a quick file to give you that crispness that you all look for. Okay, so keep your file straight up like that, and you're just doing a round motion. Like a seesaw motion, really. I'm just making sure that my wings are going to be equal either side, otherwise you'll get a lopsided one. And you don't really want that. Okay. I had some real failures when I first started doing these. Okay, so I'm going to do a white tip. Right, so when you place your beads on, make sure you go right up to your wall that you've created. And you could even go over, because when you file, it will go anyhow.
Can this be done with gel?
Yes, yes it can. It's a little more difficult with gel, but if you use the poly gel, it's pretty much the same. Okay, so you'll notice I'm going over the edge of the smile line a bit. If you, especially with white, because if you don't get it butt up against your wall that you've created, you could end up with a shadow. So you don't really want that. So butt it right up and go over the edge as well. It doesn't really matter, because when you file it, you're taking it away. Don't be frightened to move your customer's hands around to get a good look. Right, I think I could do with just a little bit more in that wing there, so just put that in. And I'm just going to double up on this little one here for a minute. And then just run your brush over, making it all smooth. Okay, so then you just leave that to set. You can pinch it if you want to, but obviously remember, you know, it's not so easy to pinch if you've got a tip already made. Okay, so we go back to the one with the form. As I've put the clear base on first, that's done. I can now remove the form, which makes it easier to work with, and we're just doing the same again. Anyone got any questions or any funny stories or anything? No. Okay, paying attention to making sure your wings are in the same place again. You know, if you're doing a very short set, obviously you wouldn't do such a deep smile line. So you just adapt it to what shape now you're doing and what length, really. Okay. I tend to give it a little wipe over with my monomer, just to get rid of all the dust. Right, I'm just going to use a bit of blue from Brilbird. Making sure, going straight up to that wall again. Patting it down like you normally would.
How much was your brush?
I think it's about £26 from Brilbird. I've tried many brushes, but I always come back to this one. Okay, so obviously when you place a colour, colours are designed, they're not structure acrylics, so you have to cap it. So get yourself a bit of clear, dry the bead out a little, and just cap your blue, or whatever colour it is that you're using. Okay, just need to let them finish curing and then I can file them. I'll show you how we do it. Anyone got any questions or anything? Did I miss anything out for anybody? It's okay, I don't bite. Just putting my lids on everything. I've got a bit of knocking everything off. I'm a little clumsy to say the least. No interruptions tonight from children or dogs yet? Does anybody know how to stick a form on one of those fake hands? I was going to work on that tonight, these ones. You see? I can't get my forms to stick on it. Has anyone got any hints?
Michelle says thank you. She's been struggling with this so much.
That's fine. It's actually not that difficult once you know the basics. And it's just practice, really. Lots of practice. Okay. So, start with my side walls.
She uses reusable forms in her practice hand.
Alright, yeah. You bend them to fit. Okay, so then what we'll do is just file down that smile line. Doesn't matter, we add some over it, because when you finish filing you'll end up with a nice crisp line.
What brand is the hand? She's thinking of getting a Glamourliz one.
Oh, I got my one from Beverly. She was selling some damaged ones where she was practicing making them. I haven't managed to get to use mine yet.
Sasha suggests duct tape.
Duct tape, good idea. I did think about trying to find some tape or something, because they just wouldn't stick. Hence the live model hand. Obviously some people would pinch nails and stuff. I haven't shown you that tonight. We're just concentrating on the smile lines. Okay.
It's alright, you moved out of camera, I was going to move it
Alright.
wherever you were.
Sorry, I keep going out of shot. Sorry. You don't realise how much you move about. Give it a bit more. Sometimes I use the drill to do this. Especially if you're doing a whole set. Saves on the arm ache. Okay, it's not quite perfect, but it'll do. So I'm just going to clean it. Then you can see the smile line.
Hang on. Where are we? There we are.
I'll just do the other one just to give you an idea. No one got anything to ask or anything?
Dega says hello.
Hello, Dega. Still got my nails on. I did an amazing course with Dega on Monday. She's brilliant.
What did you wipe it with?
Just isopor alcohol. Some people use acetone. They say it gives it a smoother finish. Personal preference, I suppose. Just get another file, hang on. David didn't like my files on Monday. Okay. I'm just going to use the drill to take down some of the bulk. It is a little less time consuming if you use the drill. Oops, sorry.
Wasn't me that you dropped it yourself.
No, it's alright, that's alright.
There you go, it's nice.
Thank you. It's got going through my head everything you told me on Monday. And I've ordered some new files, like you said.
She's a good girl.
Vega's taught me everything I know. Okay, not perfect, but it gives you a general idea. And smile lines. Do you want me to top coat them so you can see them? Shame I've got to take these straight back off afterwards.
What files did Dega recommend?
A harder file, what she says mine are too bendy. So I'm using Jules top coat, which is really hard wearing. Okay, so she's just putting it in the lamp for 30 secs. They're not perfect, but it's the method. I'm still nervous doing these lives. Anyone got any questions? No? No questions? Or anything? Before I sign off in a minute? Who's entering the who's replied to the competition? Has anyone voted what they want? Put your hand down. Okay, there we go. They're not perfect, but yeah. The smile lines. Okay, any questions, just message me and I'll see you next time. Ta-da!